And this is the SquirrelPlay special, top 10 most heinous for 2016. That's right, we're running a little late on this. I was going to do a pair of videos to deal with this issue, and then decided, forget, we're just going to do one. So it'll be fun. All right. So, as you have already seen our friendly neighborhood critter over there. Yes, we will have copyrighted content. No, I don't care. We are actually here to critique these things and make mean snarky comments at it. And if anybody doesn't like it, they can kiss my butt. Okay. They can bite my hairy tail. They can bite my hairy great tail. So, with me today, I have a Mellow.
Hi.
And a lovely kitty.
Hello.
More or less business as usual. I know we just saw this panel yesterday. Well, kind of saw this panel yesterday. We're gonna go and we're gonna move on here and see what we got. All right. So, let us start with number 10.
Really?
As soon as it loads up. It has to load up.
I'm surprised at your choice.
Well, as soon as this... Huh, why is it not doing that? Here we go. Oh. And we got to get the kitty committee out of there. Let's go. Number 10. Welcome, one and all, to Dishonored 2. And Dishonored, don't get anybody wrong, I actually liked this game. I'm very disappointed in that Bethesda decided in their infinite wisdom that that since Doom did quite as well as it did, that they were absolutely forced. They did as well as they did with Doom by only releasing dev keys or review keys the day before, or actually in a lot of cases a few hours before. That they absolutely 130% had to do that again, and we are going to keep doing it. And for that reason alone, Dishonored 2 makes the number 10 slot. Not because I didn't like the game, which in and of itself was kind of bland. If you played Dishonored, you've played Dishonored 2, more or less. Except this time you can go with Emily or you can go with Carto. If you go with Carto, it is pretty much a play-by-play of Dishonored. And if you play as Emily, it's a somewhat different play on Dishonored. The difference is you don't have a tag-along judging your every move. So, yeah, number 10. Yes, I will turn it down momentarily. Actually, I'm going to shut this one off. Alright. Okay. Number 9. And give me just a second here to kill it properly.
Before asking you to
Turn
yes,
the
I
volume
already
down.
saw it. I already saw it. Thank you very much. I already know.
Are they talking about the game or us?
The game. The game was Dishonored 2 was too loud, and I knew that, but there was nothing I could do about it at the time. Apparently my settings got tweaked at some point, and there was nothing I could do about that. Fallen Mage is a wannabe Diablo clone that seems to serve absolutely no purpose except to be obtuse in its control scheme and idiotic in every other possible way imaginable.
I haven't actually seen this game before, but I have to say the water effects look pretty nice.
The water effects do look fairly nice.
I'm assuming the rest of the game isn't much of a representative as the water effects.
Yeah, no, the rest of the game is pretty well crap.
Young boy fallen from the land of Northleach grew up as a student of master magician
Yeah, it looks
Edwards,
terrible.
learning the secrets of magic.
Looks just like it's half
Fallen was
finished.
incredibly
That's actually just there. Okay. Now, watch. So we don't even know how to do this here. Using the left mouse button, which I was just actually doing a little bit ago. Use the left mouse button to make your attacks, but before you got that pop-up, you couldn't do anything about it. And you will go hunting around for boxes and things to destroy. And unfortunately, this is probably the best part of the game.
That's it.
Yeah, no, there's more game, quote unquote, to it. Okay, destructibles. See, we've already been destroying the destructibles, but they didn't want to tell us about that until after we'd already started doing it. You tell us about the attack button, and
Genius
then
game,
don't
right?
expect us to try and use it. Not that the attack button was even useful before that. Yeah. Here's the fun part. Coming up here in just a moment, and I already know it's coming, so it's going to be a little easier for me to do this way. But I want you to see what goes on here, okay? Okay,
Was that it?
that's the combat. You have no hand-to-hand.
You just stand far away from the enemy and just fire.
That's what you got. Okay, now I knew these guys were coming. They'll tell you about the shop. But only after this are they going to tell you about healing. So you won't actually be able to heal. You don't know that you even can heal unless until after they tell you what to do with it here.
Well, to be fair, they might not have thought that you'll have needed to heal because, I mean, look at how basic the combat is. They'll probably think you'll kill the enemies before they even had damage yet.
And of course, even your most basic spell has a cooldown.
Of like 0.3 of a second.
Okay, you see the X and C buttons down there. That's for your health and mana. But again, they don't tell you about that until after you get to the store. If you die, you lose all your cred too, so that's even worse. Let's see.
According to Ratchet, most of these are just basic Unity assets.
And most of it's basic Unity assets. It's silly. If I had to put a word to it, it would be silly. This UI is just...
Richard says the music sounds okay.
Well, the music sounds okay, but that's about it, and I'm pretty sure it's actually copyrighted. Okay,
Really?
well, there's a spot we will go here a little while, but Invisiwall! Expect to see that a lot around here, because it will
What the
happen.
hell's the point of building this huge environment just to lock it up with invisible walls? Like, they probably could have put collectibles out in the middle of the forest.
Or
Ah,
something.
yeah, there are
See, here you go.
There are invisible walls in the forest.
X, C, and V. Now we learn how to use the potions.
Fantastic. About time.
Yeah, and I could have used that way back there.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you had lost like half your health.
Yeah, or more, actually. Of course, health regeneration is 1 per tick on heartbeat. So...
People are liking the dog that was barking before, whoever that was.
Well, they seem to have patched it, because the last time I died repeatedly, They took away all my cred, and they sent me all the way back to the beginning stage. They completely reset it. That's something they fixed since I covered this the first time a couple of weeks ago.
What's this game called again?
This is called
Fallen
Fallen Mage. And this one actually gets a special award on top of everything else. It's the I intentionally got the Croc of Squirrel's Attention Award. And this award goes to games which have in some way or another gotten my attention, usually either by means of extremely bad developer meltdowns or being told that I don't get a key because reasons. And they don't always tell me what the reasons are. But this one here was one I requested a key for and was turned down flat within about 36 hours. My guess would be that the devs took one look at my channel and said, "Oh, hell no." Guess what, devs? You're still screwed. Because I bought your game and shit on it anyway. Those are the rules.
This game is actually sitting at 85% positive reviews on Steam.
I'm shocked. I am shocked, and actually I'm offended. Because the game is actually crap. It handles like dead ass. It looks like an elephant graveyard. Smells. Just the only upside of this game is that it's got nice water effects and it's got music that is actually more or less apropos.
The Ratchet 3789 says, well, I'm a dev myself, as most people here know, so I'm sitting here yelling at the screen.
They have they're so easy. Go around. They have a fucking Pets model. Use it. Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that? Yeah, firing colored balls. Completely epic. Yes, I am a wild card. I am a loose cannon. I will not play the paid review game. Actually, you know what? If we're being honest, I could aspire to do far worse than be Jim Sterling. I could be Arthur Guise, for example. Oh, did I say that out loud? I did. Oh, noes. All right.
You're now going to be affiliated as the Tupac of YouTube or something.
Yeah, I know, right? What's up?
Like a certain someone.
Yep. Give me a second here.
You got a title from fans. You are a wild card of the indie world.
The wild card of the indies. Yep. And let me tell you, I have absolutely no patience for developers that do. I have absolutely no patience for people that are being silly. Actually, gift copies count as if they were purchased from Steam. So if somebody went through and they got a bunch of gift copies and passed them around, then yay. I'm Tupac to Sterling's Biggie. Yeah, well, admittedly, Tupac is, or Biggie, Jim Sterling is much bigger physically than I am.
In both ways.
All right. Number 8. No Man's Sky, and this didn't make it to the. This didn't make the top. This didn't make the top 2. I was actually going to put it way back down further in the list, but I thought I'd go for this. I thought I'd go for this right away. If only because this game was one of the largest disappointments for the largest number of people in 2016. It was also. It was also reasonably generic bullshit.
I'm actually shocked this didn't make it higher.
It was about to. No, unfortunately the Rebel. You know what? There were so many games of that type, Ratchet, that I didn't have space to put them all. And I don't think did I actually cover the Rebel this last year? I don't think I did, believe it or not.
I'm not sure. Do you have it in your library? That might be able to
I don't remember.
I have it
I
in my
don't
library. I
remember
don't
your
remember if I
problem.
actually. I don't remember if I did any. I don't remember if I did anything else. I don't remember if I covered it or not.
There was actually also a temporary time when No Man's Sky was one of the lowest rated Steam games ever.
Yep. And looking at our friend the footage, you could probably figure out why.
Stuttering all over the place.
Well, that was the PC version. This is the PlayStation 4 edition, and it was how they call it, a complete pain in the butt. I'm not even sure what planet I'm on. I already discovered this one. This is the one I came here to see.
No Man's Sky is currently sitting at 31% positive reviews on Steam.
What percentage?
31. Mostly negative. Based on 80,000 reviews.
Oh no, I can't watch this again.
Oh, we won't be at it very long.
Personally, I thought No Man's Sky was okay, but I think that whole thing with Hello Games, no matter what the investigation was about, I still think that they were using misleading marketing.
Well, misleading marketing was the least of their worries, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
The fact that the fact that their game was just complete crud. Oh, get off of that. I'm trying to get down onto the planet, you piece of shit. I'm actually trying to land this bird.
I think the main thing that made this game suffer was mainly just the fan base of it.
Well,
Like,
the fan base itself was so thoroughly toxic. There was no way this game was going to meet expectations.
Yeah,
That's just
but
all.
the thing is, I think the main thing behind Hello Games rushing the thing out was because I think they were receiving death threats from some fans of the game that were angry of the first pushback.
I don't know that. Honestly, death threats probably didn't bother too many people. But it was still a royal pain for everybody. Now here's something I find entertaining. I didn't see this last time. I have to actually head for the surface. Okay. But note, from above, you couldn't see. There was a lot you couldn't see.
Yeah.
But you had this area over here was actually just kind of blank. And it's not now. It's actually almost a completely different there's stuff here and stuff over there, and they're almost completely different consistency. There is no meaningful multiplayer in this game, and never was.
Despite Sean Murray promising it.
Despite a great many promises by Sean Murray and his crew.
Like he said, there is going to be multiplayer, but the world is so big that it'll be very hard for you to discover each other. That's exactly what he basically said.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to bother with a landing cycle here. There is absolutely no point to it. I'm just going to head right back up here, and I'm going to kick it off. Why? Because I think everybody's kind of got the point by now. This is the most exciting part of the game.
Just flying around.
Flying around. But the problem is to start the game, you actually have to do the exploration thing at the bottom of the hill.
Thing is, with this, it was pretty fun. The first 3 hours, mainly just the whole exploration element. It was great to just go off the planet and just fly around the solar system, discovering new things.
But after that, turned into a pain. It turned into a complete butt pain.
Yeah.
And nobody was thrilled by this idea. Because it's such a huge game, there's almost no content. I mean,
Thing is, you can make a big game, but you need to also add content in. If you're just making a big sandbox with nothing in it, then there's no real point in just making your game so big. If you can't add the content in, then it basically makes the world useless.
Mm-hmm. A great big world with nothing in it is boring. And no, I won't apologize for saying that, because it's absolutely 300% true. It is absolutely useless to do that. Okay, and for that reason alone, this game was going to make the bottom 10, no questions asked. But it'll get a lot worse. Trust me. And given the circumstances, you think this is bad? You think I'm being annoying with this? Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Back over to the space station. Come on. I think I'll put up with another 30 seconds. But, yeah, this is pretty much it. It's just... Unfortunately, I have the PlayStation 4 version, and there are no mods. Much as I would love for there to be mods
there was barely any mods on the PC version.
Well, unfortunately, yeah. Again, if you need mods to fix your shit, then you're probably doing something wrong. Unless you're Bethesda, in which case you'll just be forgiven because, you know, people like that. People actually like Bethesda games and just adore modding Bethesda games.
Me included.
Yeah, I like modding Bethesda games. They're actually quite tasty. Or at least Fallout / Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, well, they're the only ones that I really mod.
Well, the only ones really worth modding in quite a lot of situations. What are we doing with? Yeah, okay.
One thing that I will give Hello Games is at least they're actually trying to add into the game after release of the things that they were trying to promise, but I think it's too little too late, really.
Yeah, it is really too little too late. And unfortunately, that's going to be, yeah, not great. 1222. So, when was that? That was just a minute ago. Okay. So, now I'm going to kill this. And we shall move on. Where are we at? We're on number 7, are we not?
Richard says just looking at No Man's Sky makes me feel it's empty.
Yeah, just looking at the game. It is like that, and that is a major failure. That is actually a major failure in a game.
Richard says the space station is so empty, look at Elite Dangerous in comparison.
I don't have a copy of Elite Dangerous and therefore couldn't cover it. Besides, that was released year before last. Hello Games should have learned from Elite Dangerous' mistakes. All right.
Is this number 7?
Number 7. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little a heads up here. This game is absolutely terrible. If I had enough space to put everything on, it would have rated much, much lower. But I have a number of games that rated even, for me at least, rated even worse than some of the ones I'm talking about here.
Oh no! No!
From your friends at BMC Studio. This is actually the choice, the representative choice for all the really shit, for most of the really shit games that turned up on, that came out of Steam's Greenlight process this year. Cumulator is probably one of the worst games that was published. There was Zombie Tatos, which is actually worse than Cumulator, and we have some others that are even worse than that on tap.
I think Cumulator, personally, for me, would be my worst game of the year.
I have a worse
Just
one.
the whole overall experience.
I have a worse one. Number 2 is actually the last of the I had a really bad time of this game. I hate you, go away.
Is your loading screen still on that little first quarter?
No, it's moving. Not by much, but
Slowly.
it's moving. Now, please be aware that I am running this thing on a 1070 on a GTX 1060. I should not have this going on. Okay, first thing I'm
What's
going to
your
do
frame rate
is
there?
hit a load game to that so that I don't. Yeah, there we go. Now I won't have to sit through their screwed up tutorial. All right. Bah. Bah. Nope, I don't want to do that one. Or that
I think the
one.
best representative of why this game's bad would probably be the story mode.
But I don't want the story mode. No,
Oh
I
really,
don't.
it'll show BMC at their full glory.
Ugh, okay, fine. We'll do Zombie Jesus. I think this is the right one.
Too many accounts is way more than just 3. It's because BMC bundled nearly all the games they had on Greenlight into this.
Yep, the only one they appear to have missed out was Zombie Tatos and that other one they were trying to get, and the one other one they were trying to get through.
Actually, I'll probably just
Some sort
take
of
a look at their whole
horror
library and see
carnival
if it was
thing.
present. Let's see, Cumulator was present, obviously.
Because that's the name of the game.
This
Hi,
is atrocious.
Jesus.
Meme Park was present.
I will now tell you a sad story. The 17th of November,
Girl
2011,
Busters, I think,
the
was
father
present.
of our beloved hero dies
Grandfather
from a heart
vs. Zombies
attack.
4 was
And
present.
it was my fault.
The Zombies in My Town was
But
present.
at least there's another hero.
At least
to
there was
take
Meme
over.
Emoji was present.
December
Because it was the
28th,
same as Girl
Kim
Busters.
Jong-un took control of North
After the
Korea.
Road was present,
for the
and
good of
Fire
all
Rapid
his citizens.
Adventure 63 was
I
present.
hope you will enjoy this story. I will see you very soon. I promise you. God bless you.
I actually checked out that Jesus after I played Cumulator, and it turns out that he is an actual actor.
He's an actual actor, and he will even for $5 he will give you a thing. He will do a 10-second clip for you,
He'll do a personal birthday greetings sort of thing.
or whatever.
I'm assuming most of BMC's money actually went
Your
into
mission
hiring
is to
the
kick
guy.
the ass of
Like
King
5 bucks every 10
Jong-un.
seconds.
If you fail, I will personally kill your dad. Did you understand me, soldier?
No.
Hi, it's your dad. Say yes or he'll kill me.
I accept, but I will need some help.
I can't believe you're such a wimp. I know somebody who can help you.
It's me again. It looks like you're gonna try to kill our beloved leader. I will help you, but in exchange, you will give me the control of North Korea. Is that okay?
This is a great deal. Thank Jesus.
No problem, mate.
Go find that Kim Jong-un and kill him, or I will go kill your little
Couldn't
puppy
just
with
like
my
that in
own
the
hands.
videos. Like
Yeah.
they couldn't be bothered to film
No,
10
not my
seconds
little
of it,
puppy.
10 extra
Yes,
seconds.
your little puppy.
Anyway, your dog is not our preoccupation. We need to find Kim. Do you see the big building? Find a way to enter it.
Find a way to enter the North Korean base, of course. Now, welcome to Game Guru, folks. Okay, shotgun. And
I'm not sure if I
some
told you
explosives.
this, but when I first got Game Guru, the first thing I did was attempt to recreate this opening scene from Cumulator. Guess how long it took me?
What, about 15 minutes or so?
5 minutes.
5,
Me
yeah.
having no experience with Game Guru, recreate this whole level in 5 minutes.
Oh look, it's a gravity gun.
That you're struggling to pick up.
We have no idea where the big building is because it's actually not visible from here. At least we can sprint. Oh, okay. Here we go. There's some critters. Complete with
Richard's eyebrow has disappeared into his hair.
The Game Guru store for like $2.
Alright, we are now done with that. Main menu.
Thank God.
Fuck off. Okay, there we go for number 7. And just to give you an idea, the rest of the games on this list are worse.
By the way, for people in the chat, the volume was fine. The game sound effects were just inconsistent with the rest of the game sound.
Exactly right. That is exactly correct. And that's another thing that I find very common with a lot of games of this nature. We just grab the thing here.
So the gun sound effect was just louder than the rest of the game.
Alright. Now for our next abomination. Alright. Here is another representative sample of a different type of shit game coming out of Greenlight. This one here just appeared randomly on Steam one day, and I said, yeah, we're going to get this.
That's a nice middle finger given mouse.
Yes, I know, right? And this one here is actually...
You can literally say the game's flipping you off every moment.
Yeah, I know, right? Apply. Turn the full screen off. Wow, the full screen cuts it down to... Yeah, not good.
Into a terrible aspect ratio.
Yeah, that too.
But hey, at least it sort of fits in with the size of the images you've got in the corners.
Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that? 1920 by 1080. Now we're going to go... Okay, that looks much better. Okay.
Well,
and we're gonna
it doesn't look good still because game.
It still doesn't look great, but it's Kitten Rampage. Your kitten, you can name your kitten.
I'm pretty sure we even covered Kitten Rampage on Greenlight Gathering once. And if I'm not mistaken, we actually praised it slightly.
Well, it looked good. It looked good at this point. It looked good at that point. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. Okay. And let's go ahead and play. Now we've got... Oh, that was a Halloween special. They did update it for that. We can do a free roam of Catfish.
Never mind, I've just checked. I've just checked Rampage uploaded to Greenlight back in December 2015.
Yeah, so let's do this one. This should be fairly stock. Catfish Corner, it's called. Yoda mini accounts! Ha! Yes, you should know that, HUD. We are a little white or a little black kitten, usually a white kitten, running around being evil with the eye lasers and the shit. This is our super memes entry. Destroy everything.
Oh, it's more memes than BMC.
Yeah, actually, in this case.
Oh Jesus.
The hardest part for my poor heart, it's that it's poor kitten. How dare they do this?
Well, they changed the scale too. Which you press the speed at no end. I can destroy big ass shipping containers, but not that van right there. Where did I see that guy? Here he is. Die. There was poo. And then there was a cat turd. Which is probably about the best I can say for this game, to be honest. Oh, not going to get to destroy that. We'll just blow everything else up.
A lot of the puns is throwing around a lot of cat puns. This is a catastrophe. I'm not feline well.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I came out of this game not feeling well either, if we're being honest.
This thing's been in early access for almost a year.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
And the last update was for the Halloween update. They haven't even updated to get it out.
See? You are dead, level failed. That thing stuck to my butt and stayed there. And then killed me a lot. I'm not going to replay it because, quite frankly, at this point, we all know what's going to happen next.
Ratchet says, "Why are you fighting spiders? Guys, am I high or are they fighting giant spiders?"
Okay. One does definitely not feeling well once this. Okay, so let me show you something here. Okay, you guys are seeing a black screen right now.
Correct.
This is what I'm seeing. Okay, the game has actually failed to shut down, and has to be intentionally crashed to get it to shut up and go away.
You could use Task Manager.
I did use Taskman.
Maybe it was still running in the background.
No. It just stopped. It shut down. It shut down for the stream and was still running for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes after it was intentionally closed. All right, that was number 6, if I recall. Number 5. This is Case Animatronics, which is a Five Nights at Freddy's clone with movement. We go
so
walk.
Five Nights at Freddy's free roam.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's free roam. All right.
Oh God.
Yep. Settings.
It
Audio.
keeps getting worse.
I'll say this at least. Well, I can say already that it's better than FNAF because you actually move about and it might actually be creating atmosphere. I'll say that much so far.
Just a moment. I've already got a fussy child, and yes, I'll start again. Do not forget to wear headphones. Wow. Strong images and scenes of violence. Not appropriate for people with heart diseases and pregnant women.
Looks like I fell asleep. It's almost midnight.
That would be midnight.
What is it? Strange. No one else should be here.
And why are you
I'll
putting...
go
What is
check.
it with these horror games that have the main character just so happeningly to wake up at midnight?
What's worse is it wouldn't be 0000 p.m. It would be 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. or 0000 hours. So you've done something wrong. Definably wrong.
Copy flashlight.
Ah, yes, the tablet. The department relies too much on this new monitoring system. At this rate, they'll soon give us a joystick and a lightsaber.
Woohoo!
How much does it
Is that a
cost?
tablet?
It is. That's what he was talking about. Left mouse button
Okay,
to turn
got
on the
it.
tablet. And now we get to watch the scenery roll by in the background where the tablet is not actually working. It doesn't seem to be working all that well, and I can't even see. Okay, fine.
What a comfortable gadget. In 10 years, these are going to be everywhere. But still, a human is irreplaceable. I'll go ahead and have a look around. The battery drains out very quickly. You need to save the battery's energy.
Right. We need to save the battery and...
Excellent. There was a charger in Ben's office. Hell, what is it? They better approach the fuse box in the control room. According to the evacuation scheme on the wall of my room, the control room is in B7.
Who is using Windows 10 without copyright?
Of course, not only does your flashlight not illuminate crap, it also flickers itself off every once in a while, which makes this even worse. An officer that actually has his own office. What's up with that? I've never actually run no lock picks. Oh great, I gotta pick the locks. I'm a cop, I have to pick the locks in a police station. Where is the logic in this? That door's locked too. That means there must be
Apparently,
a
police
key.
officers these days don't really get access to many keys to their own station and to their own office.
Or anything else. John Bishop, we're called.
Jane John Doe, remember that?
Yep, Jane John Doe. And of course, the sound design is warmed over shit too. Okay. An interrogation room, a dressing room. Can we get in the dressing room? No. No conference room either. Oh look! Is that Freddy Fazbear? No. 8939 looks like, or something.
Why does that animatronic look more cartoonish than the rest of the environment?
Because it is. It's ridiculous shit, business as usual. Find the control office and turn out the lights. It's over the front frickin' door. And I don't know, he said it was in B7, but I don't know where B7 is. Not that I really care.
I think that you should make a video with a tutorial on how to flash lights.
Unfortunately, that means I'd have to figure out a way to do it better in Unity than everybody else does.
This is not how light works.
See? Jump scare!
Not a good
Oh,
one.
I'm so frightened.
And not a good one.
What a terrible dream! It is midnight already. Time to go home.
What?
Night call. Let's hope nothing serious.
Hello, Bishop. Marvelous night, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm sure you don't remember me. A lot of time has passed since our last meeting.
That's because I sent you to prison.
How do you like the new surveillance system?
It's bullshit.
One day, you took everything I had, and now it's time to pay.
Ooh.
In this building, there are some echoes of the past. Try
In your
to
apartment, it
collect them
says.
so we can see who you really are.
Yeah.
What a psycho! What happened with the lights? Is this some kind of deja vu?
No, this would be deja vu. Bye. Yes, we're really going to the main menu, and then we're going to exit because we have more to do. By the
I'll say
way,
that it's one. I'll say it's one of the better ones I've seen today, but it still doesn't really look too good.
it's actually pretty crap. There was a lot of bullshit going on.
In my opinion, Cumulator's still much worse.
Well, this one here I got a chance to play quite a bit longer than I think you did. And yes, it does actually, yes, that is correct. It does actually qualify as a Slender clone there, Sanji. It was, in fact, that bad. Come on. Shut. Good. Thank you, you Mickey Mouse piece of shit. Okay. Now for the three that were much worse than I thought even Cumulator was. And at least one of these, I made a promise to the developer. This game here took a bunch of flack when it came out on Steam, out of freaking nowhere. And somebody, I think it was the Zexter, told me to go take a look. the idiot made the mistake of putting it on a fire sale and then turning that into the regular price. Whereupon I wandered in, shredded it, and then watched as he threw his fit and fucked off of Steam permanently. You cannot buy this game now. It is not possible.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
And my suspicions are confirmed by seeing what you're playing now.
Mm-hmm. Right there. He did actually add 2715 by 1527 as a thing. And we're going to go with the fantastic version. Play.
Why not? Oh, never mind.
Warning, this game may not be suitable for young children. Some scenes may be too intense for some people who scare easily.
Oh my god. I should leave. I should leave.
Why didn't you just put that on the description of this game? Why put it at the start after you've bought it?
There is
Like
somebody. By the way, for the record, that is a 2-year-old in the background screaming in terror that this game even exists. Okay, unconscious, and the developer for this was just a vile sort of person. Oh looky, unskippable cutscene. Crime number 1. For the record, I'm getting 140 odd frames a second. It is hammering a 1060. Oh, it is hammering my 1060. It hates me. No visual. That is an F-16 Fighting Falcon. Watch. That is also an F-16 Fighting Falcon. He said he didn't know what it was. It's an F-16. Come on, Lieutenant Miller. We're gonna zip through this one as quick as we can because I do actually want to get some stuffy wrapped up here. I do not have existing footage of our #1 game. I did play it. I haven't actually put it. This will be the first time I've actually done anything else with it. But I went to 666 frames a second there for a minute. When I played this on my other machine, I got a whopping 25 to 30 frames a second, and that was a GTX 670M. The game. And yes, the game has no options menu at all. If I was going to turn it down, to turn it down, I had to do that manually using the thing. Oh, that's right.
Is this the common one?
This is the one you referred to. When you first saw it, you referred to it as coma, not unconscious. Now, we have a nice texture break here.
Oh, I thought that was a tripwire.
No. It's a texture break. The dev never did get around to actually fixing his shit as far as, Okay, we picked up a tablet, and now we have night vision.
So it's Outlast as well. And a terrible texture connection there.
And of course the lights went out, so now I have to do this. This thing actually runs in its entirety on cheap-ass jump scares. It really is that bad as far as those things go. 1, 2, nope, all that shit out here. And let's run down the passageway. The W key does not work for movement. You have to use Z. Z.
For moving forward.
It was actually the build was done in France, and for some reason he wasn't actually able to fix that thing.
He wasn't able to just rebind a key.
Well, apparently not. He said he fixed it like 5 or 6 times, and people were still complaining about it. Okay. Then you have the head bob, which didn't occur last time. Last time I played this, it didn't have this side-to-side motion it's got now. So it actually got worse with successive with successive work on it.
Z for Z.
Yeah. Whatever you are, go in there and stay in there. I don't care. Okay. That is what a battery looks like.
According to too many accounts, apparently Q ended up being rebound to moving forward at one point.
Well, Q is now for left strafe. It's QDZS. Q for left strafe, D for right strafe, S for back, and Z for forward. So control scheme. That was actually honest. If I want to say the true thing, I did actually take. The thing I took issue with originally was the control scheme and the fact that Doodly doesn't know how to freaking model or place things in logical locations as far as his shit goes. We have a wheelchair in the floor. Not on the floor, in the floor. And that's a comedy of errors that we see repeatedly throughout the game. And unfortunately, this is actually just going to make me sick. So, because that's exactly what it's doing right now. But for that reason, amongst many others, this one here makes.
No, and the night vision and absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah, well, no, you do actually get the best scares they do are actually times in which you have no control whatsoever. And even those are crap. They will actually take control of your camera for you, and they will show you different things at the end of each sort of stagey thing.
Very scary.
Including a drop in an elevator that, for some completely unknowable reason, left the protagonist alive, despite the fact that it should have killed him.
Yeah, I remember that.
The second time there was guys with the second time around there was guys with flamethrowers. And of course, I went to hit the exit button and the game stopped working completely. Crash. That's a thing that's never going to get fixed.
Great optimization then.
Huh?
Great optimization.
Yeah, it was crap anyway. Alright, number 3. Here we go. Made with Unity Personal Edition. This should be a warning. Let that be a warning to you.
Is this the one that Zax liked and you hated?
Oh, yes it is. Zaxter actually liked this game and there is no accountability. TGA Company, let's play together. You Deserve contains intense violence, gore, and strong language. Press any button. This one has an options menu that almost works.
Hey, it's an improvement of Unconscious that had no
Full
options menu.
screen, graphics quality, sound. Cut the master volume clear. Well, cut the. Actually, we're going to do the music volume there because the master volume has to stay up. And the sound effects volume can go about there. And I will have a lot less difficulty being able to hear myself think. And we have to turn the voice volume up because that's actually one of the problems with it. Apply. Now go back. Alright folks, let's play. Please note the stuffy there. This one actually has a death trap about a third of the way, a little way in. And yeah, I know, not even a Dvorak keyboard would use that. But apparently Frenchy keyboards are different. I've seen some really good games done with Unity Personal. Smashing the Battle. That was a good game. And it was done with Unity Personal.
The Forest was pretty good for me.
I
and
agree.
that used the Unity Personal.
Okay. Let's start the new game, because that just sends us right back. What the hell is he doing? No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't. You deserve. Now this is another one of those that won the coveted. I demanded the Crocker Squirrel's attention. This guy saw me coming from a mile away, and for some completely unknown, unknowable reason, he decided I didn't deserve. Except that, of course, he wrote me an email telling me so.
I love when they do that.
Yeah, I know. It's if developers insist on being silly.
What am I? Did I go to sleep? Is this a dream? But it seems so real.
Now, our protagonist here is supposed to be a 17-year-old girl.
A 17-year-old girl, why?
Because that's what she's supposed to be.
Okay. There's no reason behind it or anything? No story?
Well,
there's
the only story we're actually going to get is that the only story we actually get out of any of this shit is that, well, apparently our lady friend here was right. Particles in the zone. She used to say progress. That's not the first time we're going to see that, by the way. We are actually going to see it again. Is that she was bullying some other girl called Amy. No, we're Amy. She was bullying some other girl who I believe remains unnamed. And now she's getting what she's got coming to her. How did I get here? No voice acting here, by the way. But she sounds like she's a 30-year-old Spanish woman that has spent that has been the last 20 years smoking cigarettes. I don't get it. I don't know why they did that.
Wait, the last 20 years smoking cigarettes?
Yep.
Then why is she 17?
Well, no, the character is 17. The voice actress sounds like she's about 30 years old and spent the last 2/3 of that.
Oh, you were talking about how the voice actress sounds. Okay.
Yep. You'll get a better grip on her here in a minute. But we have.
Well, I won't, because I can't hear what the game sounds like.
Well, a lot of other people will.
Mhm.
Okay. No, there's a ladder here we can't get to. It goes up there. I have no idea why, but there is an invisible wall just short of this tree. Like so. Invisible walls are a big no-no as far as I'm concerned. Push. Now, I know how to get through here. The first time I did this, I spent 2 hours in a special stream working on this thing, only to discover that I very nearly liquidated my own brain doing it. Okay. Okay, I'm getting 90-some frames a second right now. And
not too bad, I guess.
When the first time I played it, I got rather a lot less. And I need a key for that. So we're going to go hunt the keys. I don't believe that breathing this would be a good idea. Invisible wall, we can't even take a chance at that. But note the developer logic. Torch. 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 Natural gas leak. What is wrong with this picture?
Too many things.
What is this hammer even for? I don't even know. I have no idea what the hammer is for. I never did find a use for it. Press right button to shut that down. Okay. It doesn't matter what position the switch is in, because we need something before we can get there. Okay, I can see clearly all the way to the other side, but she swears it's too dark. It's too dark to go there. I can't go, so I'm not allowed. Okay, here's a battery. And it took me the better part of 30 minutes to find this battery. And I can't, but no, please, I cannot pick up. See, there's the battery. That's the battery that goes, that's the battery that goes to a thing. But I can't pick it up now.
Could you pick it up before?
I think I'm actually going to have to solve part of, I think I'm actually have to solve the rest of the puzzle first. Okay. And here's the thing. Show hide. Blop, blop, blop. Okay. How do I put it down? There we go. Crouch down here. Put that back. Put it back. If I wanted you out, there we go. There's a key. And that drawer is empty. Now, let's decrouch and backtrack, because we have to go someplace else before we can pick up the battery. That door is not stuck. That door is still stuck. That cannot be picked up. No matter how many times I click, I cannot pick that up. So now we're going to backtrack all the way over here to the dangerous end of the house. Okay. Look up. Look at the level. Please don't. I set that up to fantastic. Please look at the shadows. All crunchy and shit. Are we best friends? Are we still? This place sounds very familiar to you. I can't imagine why. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. That takes care of that bit. Oh, a great big key. Okay. Please note the candle. We will not be able to get that candle. See, nothing in there but shadows, or any place else in this orifice. At least I'm pretty sure. Unless he changed something.
I know this shelf.
Yes. And if the kitty hasn't been at this nearly as long as Mello or I, so if the kitty knows that shelf, something is definitely horrifyingly wrong here. Ooh,
Yeah,
we put a handprint on it.
I took a long vacation from gaming.
Okay.
The only thing I can say to the dev about that is for shame.
Find a battery that allows you to turn on the light. Well, okay. Okay, we still can't pick up that battery. But apparently he got something set up so that we couldn't do that. I don't know what's going on there. We've got another mystery key, and that door is still stuck. We still can't pick up the battery despite the fact we know we need one. So we still have to run around and go that way. That's where the battery goes. Can't pick up my hammer either. See, I can see all the way over there, but I can't get there from here. But yeah, so many things wrong here. I don't even know where to start. I'm not even sure. I'm not 100% sure where to even start with the number of things that were just wrong with this game. Oh, and our lady here has no jump at all. She's got no jump. No jumps, no nothing. We have no idea what the hell is going on here, and for some reason, things that actually worked last time aren't working this time. Okay. Anyway, that's pretty much this thing in a freaking nutshell. It doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't get any better.
You deserve better.
Yeah, he said I didn't.
We all deserve it. We all deserve better.
But then he said I don't deserve. But he said his words were, "You don't deserve a copy of this game." And
You sure it wasn't you don't deserve, you deserve?
or excuse me, you don't deserve a copy of my game.
Oh, bad dev.
Very bad
I will
dev.
send him. I will send him a kitty meme. Give me his address.
I'm not going to do that. I will not do that. I will not suborn the audience being mean to developers because it's bad enough. I'm ripping them in half this way. Let's not make it worse, shall we? Because if I give you that address, then I'm responsible for your behavior, and I refuse to be.
I make the meme, and you send him on my behalf.
All right. Now, this next one, number 2. This next one here is a problem. This next one here is actually representative of this particular individual developer's work, because all of it comes out roughly the same.
No.
This is Wooden House. And begin, continue, controls about exit. Right. And I'm going to make sure that this thing is turned down properly. FPSC game. A first-person shooter creator. And you know what? I'm going to hit the escape button here. We'll just start from the beginning, shall we? 60 frames a second in the main menu.
My good compatriot, JD Nomad, the shame of the motherland.
Yes, we covered all 6 of the games that he had on Steam over the last a couple of months ago, and I was just horrified by the pile. Okay, for those of you who may or may not be paying attention, I'm already down to 18 frames a second. 33 frames a second, back up to 60. Well, they may have actually updated that one. I don't think he did. How there is cold and gloomily.
Gloomily.
Okay. How there is this, he may have actually made this particular object. It's all shiny and cornery and shit and should not be. I don't think that bump map would have, if he did make it, the bump map would also have to be his. But that's just lighting tricks. I need to find the key to the house. It should be in the basement. Okay. Now, note this right here. These fuel cans maybe come in handy. Okay. Now, according to the story, we have rented this house for an undefined period of time. Hello and welcome. The house is now in your hand. Thank you for. We bought the house. Make sure the heating's turned on. The key to the main entrance you can find in the basement in a basket. Fuel cans are behind the house. Have a nice holiday. Signed real estate agency of the property. Now, here's a fun thing. You guys just heard the doorbell go off a couple times while I was playing with the note. But the collision area for the doorbell is very large. There's that. See? The doorknob, this end of the doorknob, if we can actually see the doorbell, then it's actually it's wired Oh, nope, it's still wired to it. Well, great. That's a different sort of glitch, but it's the same glitch. Okay. Now, the basement is open. Please note, all of GD Nomad's work seem to have this sign somewhere in the game.
As if he's really proud of that one thing.
It's probably the only thing he has to be proud of. Okay. First person shooter crater my butt. Now, please note he said it was in a basket. It's in a basket. I'm guessing this is a photo of the dev with stuff. Okay. Now, if anybody sees a basket, say the word. Do you see baskets? Anybody with a basket? Basket, basket, basket. Nope. Maybe it's in there.
I only see a nutcase.
Right.
My good friend Yuri.
Okay, I need to bring the fuel to turn on the generator. I cannot start the generator without fuel. Well, that makes sense. Now, please be aware, I'm still actually running at 60 frames a second, although it is seriously hammering that 1060, that GTX 1060.
It's still better than that time that we were doing this at 6 frames per second.
On this machine, no less.
On this machine?
On this machine.
Oh, look!
Oh, look, there's a fuel can. It wasn't there a couple minutes ago. This is his running speed. He does not get faster than this. The only upside to this is that he does not actually possess a, he doesn't have a, he doesn't have a stamina meter. Now we can turn that on. Oh, look, it came out. Oh, he moved them. There were not, those didn't used to be there, actually. There was nothing down there, even in that cupboard. It was just gone. But there is still no basket. No basket. End chapter 1. Most of it probably isn't. A house that is heating bones. Well, what about that? Save game.
Name for a chapter.
This is your save point. There are a few of them running around the house. Please note, I want to play chess, but with nobody. Is this a chessboard, ladies and gentlemen?
No, as I pointed out before, it was a checkers board.
This is he's set up for checkers. He wants to play chess, but he has nobody to play with. And that is the clock that...
He's not using a translator.
This tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock thing? Yeah, that sound you guys are hearing? Coming from this. Now, if I remember correctly, this door is locked because we don't have the keys to the inside of the house for some reason. All of these are Le Petit Encyclopedia. He used the same book model for the same book asset all the way across the board. Anything was marked. These are actually some blank spined volumes. Ooh, creepy sound effect. See, Le Petit Encyclopedia Le Petit. And nope, there are no settings. Huh. Okay. We'll continue. Just for another minute or two. Because I'm actually going to move on to our next abomination here in just a little bit.
Well, the pun says you'd better checker your sources.
Cheskers, yep. Is it me or were those cockroaches shuffling too loudly? I must find the candle to highlight the way down. The door is not open either. Does this one open? No. So I only have access to just this hallway, this room, and the front room. However, Here is an object that was not here a minute ago.
Oh, a miracle!
Yes, shit just materializes exactly when you need it. Another fun thing. No sound, sound. No sound, sound. No sound, sound. And it sounds exactly the same regardless of how far you are from that stupid clock. And I want to know how he knew what that it was going to be dark down here.
Yeah, how the hell did he turn all those torches on?
I do not want to go there. There is too dark. Okay, fine. These are confounded generators. How long can I repair them? I hate this baby. I found the battery in one of the small rooms in the basement, and I turn on the switch with its help. Fine. So we've got another battery mechanic. Here we go. This is actually. Please note the condition of this room and what is in it. Okay. There we go. Please note this. This will be important in a couple of minutes. What is the attack? There is always something wrong in the basement. And this door, I have not found the keys to this house for 10 years. It is very old, and last time I saw a rat the size of a dog. I do not know what is there, but the sounds are heard not pleasant. Again, no translator, but apparently nobody cares. And
forget about actually translating.
Here's an actual candle. We have a candle with us, but we can't do that. Okay. I need the battery to turn the switch. Fine. You need the battery to turn the switch. Where's the battery? We haven't seen the battery yet, have we? Should be around here somewhere.
We need the battery.
Look, there it is.
We need the battery.
A 12-volt car battery.
Miracle! Another miracle by Yuri.
Yep. Mr. GD Nomad, your game is crap. Your logic makes no sense whatsoever, and this is a freaking skull door. Okay, so I have the battery. Click. The battery pops itself up there, and now apparently I'm done with the chapter. If you keep track of your environment, the GD Nomad makes the same mistake every freaking time. Theoretically, it's a horror game. It's pretty much just a shit walking sim. Yeah, there's a zombie that will chase us. That will chase you further on down the line, but you can outrun it with no difficulties if you know it's coming. The old book. I did not see it. Yeah, no, we lit that candle, and this book was not here. Ooh, spooky noise. We weren't supposed to touch the book. I am too tired. I need
By the way,
to
are you looking forward to GD Nomad's upcoming release?
Oh, no, I'm not. We're going to get it anyway. See, now that it's changed from the door is locked to I need a key. I'm not sure why that would be. Look, keys! Well, what are these keys up in there? Those keys weren't there a little while ago. Nope, still don't have the key for this thing. And I think we're going to wrap this game up on one of the most impressive noise sound effects I think I've ever heard. By the way,
drink the wine, drink the wine.
By the way, if you are British, you will probably love this one. Press F.
Because I don't recall me liking it when I first saw
it. Permanently deleting it from your library. Yes, that would be fairly accurate. Okay. There's the bedroom upstairs. I am tired and want to sleep. Right, not till I finish poking around in here. Nightmares, one dream every night. Next to the bedroom there is an open door. When I just go through this door, there is a stiff. This dream is so real that it is difficult to distinguish. The voices are called me. They shout. So why the hell was this guy selling a house as opposed to demolishing it? Some great evil happened here. Oh no, we got one of these things that opened without prompting. I'm so amused. Old documents, I do not need them. Then why did you make them interactive, you fool? Again, this guy really likes his encyclopedia. Oh, I can get in here. How about them apples? And you need a key. You can go around this, but you can go around the door, but you can't.
Oh,
but you need
look,
a key
there's
for,
a key.
What? Where? Huh? What kitty?
There was a key.
Where?
On the shelf.
On what shelf? I didn't see keys on
Oh,
the
it's
shelf.
Bookshelf. On the bookshelf.
Where?
Those plans, I don't
Oh,
see.
there's a key for the on the bookshelf. Yep. Okay. This is old documents. I don't need them. Well, fine. They're here. You might want to at least look. Now the door opens, and I can zip all the way through here, right back to the save point. We're not going to, because I'm not going to bother. Not worth
What a
my time.
masterpiece of a horror game.
I know, right? What's up with that? It would help if it was scary. This game
I
is
don't even think
actually
there's been one scare.
This game is actually, believe it or not, the third of a set of what looks like 3. The first one was called White Souls, and it was like this, only mildly better. The second one was The Lost Souls, which was like this, set in a church, only vaguely better with self-solving puzzles. As in, there was no way you could get out of not doing it. There was no way you could screw it up. Is actually more it.
I like this one for one thing. The cockroaches are louder than the generator.
Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that?
Yeah, I like the mutant cockroaches.
Mutant steel cockroaches of doom. And this game of the 3 is actually the worst. I mean, seriously, it's the worst game of the 3. And unfortunately, his next release, which would be Autumn Dream, was even worse than this. Which should tell you something.
I'll give that an Autumn Dream this because it actually ran.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Unlike 2 of his other games, which just crashed on launch.
Please note the sparkly effect that was very similar to the one we saw in the last game, and that the lights here do not extend to both ends. This is, again, particularly silly and ridiculous. You own the house. There should not be locked doors on the inside of a house. That door is locked. That door is locked. That door is locked. That door is locked. You should have gotten all the keys from your real estate agent. That door is not locked.
Shouldn't the door to the house be the one for all the individual doors? That would usually make sense for a real estate house.
Well, 99% of the time, interior doors don't have locks. Unless it's a bathroom or something.
Yeah, but most of the doors that are in a house usually have the same sort of key mechanism as the outside door.
Yeah, when you actually have that situation. Except the bathroom, of course.
There is another thing. As someone who likes and must cook, I cannot understand his logic that in his kitchen there is no stove, there is no refrigerator, there is no food stocked, even cans. There is no canned food. There's
no nothing.
There's no nothing. Yeah, double negative.
There's nothing in there at all. It's just a bottle of wine sitting on the freaking counter. Okay. Go in here, little desk, or a little desk, which has drawers. And only one of them opens regardless of where you're pointing. See? The whole desk does just this one drawer, which I find hilarious. I'm not walking over... yeah, we're actually going to wrap that one right here. Okay. Exit. We have not saved the entire game, so I'm not even going to worry about that part. It did also told me it also didn't tell me that I was going to lose all my progress if I didn't save. There is actually a save point on the dresser thingy later on, and yes, it is actually doing that.
You will cry crocodile tears.
Well, the crocodile's got to be good. The crocodile the crocodile nose has got to be good for something other than chewing doves up, spitting them out. Now, my final choice for this year, or for this past year, is probably going to be mildly controversial, and I'm not going to spend any real time playing it, but I do actually have something of a rant about it.
Get ready, ladies.
Gotta reinstall Windows 10 just cat. I think we can get over that stuff. Copyright 2000. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered is most certainly the worst game that I have. Is most certainly the worst game this year. It is a 9-year-old game that has been remastered, and then was held to fucking ransom by Activision to get people to buy Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I didn't have an issue buying Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It was actually my first Call of Duty. And I thought it would be fun to cover. Just as an offhanded thing. The problem with this is that, again, they did the slimy thing of holding this thing to ransom. Okay. Oh, nope. Cancel.
You quit the game by accident?
Apparently I did.
No.
That's okay. That's because I did actually... The problem is that I didn't actually install the multiplayer. I only actually installed the original game. Okay, the single player game. So, the other thing they managed to do was put in microtransactions. And that's not where they are. They're actually in the multiplayer. They tossed in microtransactions on a 9-year-old game that did not have them originally. What the fuck is this shit? Okay. You people need to learn a few things. I didn't mind Infinite Warfare. I really didn't. It was actually easy to wrap my head around. The multiplayer was crap because they actually split the fan base the PC base, or they split the entire multiplayer base 3 different ways. If you got it if you got it directly through Blizzard, you paid the same price and you only got to play with people from Blizzard. If you got it through Steam, you only got the other Steam players. And on consoles, it got split too. But at the same time, you can still buy the tokens. You could buy it directly from them, or you could buy it on Steam, and you didn't want, and you wouldn't, and there's no cross compatibility as far as the multiplayer goes, or Microsoft Store. I'm sorry, you are correct. It's Microsoft Store and Steam. My bad, Ratchet. Let it be known that I have made a mistake, and I admit to it. Yes, it wasn't Blizzard. It was the Microsoft Store, and that still split an already fairly small PC fan base in 2. Also, the PS4 and Xbox versions were the same way, if memory serves.
I don't think they were. Because I mean, how could you split a console base like that?
Microsoft versus Sony, different sets of servers. It happens all the time.
Yeah, that usually happens with most multiplayer games, so it makes sense for the player base of the Xbox One PS4 players.
Good news first, the world's in great shape. We've got a civil war in Russia, government loyalists against ultranationalist rebels, and 15,000 nukes at stake.
And of course, I
Just another day at the office.
Super loud, and I can't do
Khaled
anything about it.
al-Assad, currently the second most powerful man in the Middle East. Now, word on the street is he's got the minerals to be top
Yeah, I
dog
didn't
down
think they
there.
did.
Intel's keeping an eye on him. And the bad news? We've got a new guy joining us today, fresh out of selection. His name's Soap.
Soap McTavish. And I'm definitely going to get the, I'm definitely going to break out the options menu here in a minute and get that turned down.
Good to see you, mate. Take one of the rifles from the table.
Not till after I turn your ass down. Audio. Great. I can only affect the master volume, which is not a thing that should be. Resume. Pick a rifle up from the table.
You know the drill. Go to station 1 and aim your rifle down range. Lovely. Now, shoot at the targets while firing from the hip. Now aim your rifle down range. Now, shoot each target while aiming down the sights. Now I'm going to block the targets with a sheet of plywood. Bullets will penetrate thin, weak materials like wood, plaster and sheet metal. I want you to shoot the targets through the wood. Good. Now I'm going to make the targets pop up one at a time. Hit all of them as fast as you can. Too slow, mate. Try again. Proper good job, mate. Now go get a sidearm from the armory.
Can I shoot you first? I shoot this guy? Nope. Where's the armory? It was here a little while ago. +1 sidearm.
Good. Now switch to your rifle. Now pull out your sidearm. Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading. Using your knife is even faster than switching to your pistol. Knife the watermelon. Nice. Your fruit killing skills are remarkable.
Yes, I'm a fruit
Glad
ninja.
to see you.
Of course he does. Nice if I knew where he was. Over there. Right, I'm on my way back out. Tank! One thing I've always one of the things I've always liked about games of this nature is that they do tend to have some decent graphics, and it looks better this way. But once again, you start winding up with problems when the controls aren't well dealt with.
It's the FNG, sir. Go easy on him, sir. It's his first day in the regiment.
Right. What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh? How'd a muppet like you pass selection? Soap, it's your turn for the CQB test. Everyone else head to observation. For this test, you'll have to run the cargo ship solo in less than 60 seconds. Gaz holds the current squadron record at 19 seconds. Good luck. Climb the
Nope.
ladder over there.
Well, I've actually had my problems with this game, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's the finish line. Where's the start line? Like I said, Infinite Warfare was my first Call of Duty game, so some guy holds the record for being. Okay, that's Station 1. That says 1. Now I actually found out how to do this before. Well, that's actually a different thing, so. Now, anyway, there was some as far as I was concerned, there was some serious misbehavior as far as Activision was concerned when they pulled this game out of their asses. It made me want to bite off a few squirrel heads, and that's never a good thing. Objective above. Well, okay. We're supposed to go up that way. There it is. So, optional. Pick up the frag grenades. Nope. We're actually going to get ourselves out of this game now. But there is the top 10 of the bottom. The absolute worst, the worst games, in my opinion, of 2016. The Platinum Pooh Awards will be a viewer's choice thing, and we need more nominations, people. We're running a little short on them. I know Mello put the thing up, and he'll put another. And if he'll be so kind as to put a link in the chat to the discussion, that would be brilliant.
I can't for some reason. I don't have link privileges,
Well,
and I don't.
send me the link privileges, and send me the link, and I'll put it in there because I know I've got them. Hey, Tom, welcome to the stream. Really, it's not a question of the single player. It really isn't a question of the gameplay at all, to be perfectly honest. It is actually a function of just how wrong Activision's behavior was when putting this particular game out in the public eye. Right, the nominations thread. Okay. Get your nominations in quickly, folks, because we actually do need to get on with it. We do need to get on with getting things sorted out, so we have enough time for you guys to vote on who's gonna win what. Yeah, Tom, I'm actually ancient in comparison to most gamers I see on these days, but it's still, yeah, I'm not exactly young anymore. But yeah, their behavior more than anything else is why it actually makes it's actually considered the worst game of 2016. As quite frankly, Activision, that was bad thing. Way too slimy. Let's not do that anymore, shall we? Got the message. Why does the link not work?
Oh, it's because they're not part of the group.
Oh, if you are not part of the Guardians of Greenlight group, then go join, and you can do that there.
Thanks for the free promotion.
The Guardians of Greenlight group on Steam is where the nominations are taking place at the moment. I will see what I can do about maybe getting Mello to put another copy of it up over at Polymaniacs and a couple of other places, just in case nobody's actually a member. All right. All right. So I think that's going to be about it for me. Any comments there, the Kite or the Mellow?
Not really.
No disagreements?
No,
I personally disagree with Call of Duty 4. Like, even though with the controversy surrounding it, I don't think it was the worst game surrounding quality gameplay and that sort of thing. It was just the controversy behind it. But again, it's not my list.
Yeah. How about you?
About Call of Duty, I think there were worse things to put on the list.
Well, there were worse. There was a lot of bad at Steam, and really there was a whole lot of things that we needed to. Again, if I was doing a worst 100, I might have been able to get, a small fraction of the really major crap. I wound up doing kind of placeholders for quite a few things. I was going to put Dead by Daylight on the list, but not only would somebody else have argued very hard in my general direction, but there was something considerably more deserving. So,
And you didn't have Dead by Daylight installed.
That and I don't have it installed. Ratchet agrees with you, Mello, and apparently with the Kete as well. Developer contact.
I agree with the British bloke.
Developer conduct does play a factor, and if you're doing something that is just that horrid, then maybe you do need to be called out for it.
I believe the developer conduct should play a factor, but in my opinion, if the rest of the game can redeem from that factor, like fair enough, there was microtransactions in it, but I don't think that should have an overall effect on the game itself. Like, I mean, look at Sid Alpha's Digital Homicide game reviews. He went through them, not accounting DH's behavior on the final verdict of the games.
Oh, I would agree with that as well. Digital Homicide, however, is getting a Platinum Pooh Award, and nominating Digital Homicide games will not be accepted. Also, I want to hand out the Worst Developers of the Year award, and unfortunately, Activision, you have to share with BMC Studio. On Activision for its behavior, BMC Studio for just being shit. So, yeah, I'll try not to. I may not get all political next year. It depends on how bad whether or not Activision keeps up its shit this year. If they're smart, they won't put out a Call of Duty this year. They'll do what Ubisoft did last year and take a break for a year or maybe two. A new Call of Duty every year. There's what now, 13 or 14 of the damn things?
About, yeah.
BMC Studios actually strongly deserves the reward because their game is shit. Because their games are shit. Irretrievably shit.
I would have put Fallout.
Fallout? That was last year. Well,
Fallout 4,
2015.
Yeah.
The last one was horrible.
And I'm willing to argue against that. I actually thought Fallout 4 was very good. Fair enough, it had most of its RPG elements cut out, and it was mostly an action game, but I still enjoyed it.
If we are going with big games that went bad, I would put Fallout.
Again, I wouldn't say it went bad. I'd say it under-delivered in parts of it, but I still think it was a worthwhile experience. I sunk a couple 100 hours in it.
See, here's the thing with Fallout and Skyrim and Elder Scrolls games. They tend to be long, and they tend to be a lot of wandering around in some fairly open terrain. And then they tend to be maze-like in close quarters. If you're not used to a game of that type, and actually enjoyed one of them for whatever it happened to deliver, then generally you're going to have a bad experience with whatever the most recent one is. And it's actually for the same reason that none of those made either list this year. probably because there wasn't actually a proper release for either one of them. Skyrim Remastered was well done, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much just Skyrim.
I'm willing to disagree. I actually didn't like the special edition of Skyrim. I felt it was just more demanding on specs, and it actually looked worse than a few of the EMB mods just slapped on top of the original Skyrim.
Well, no, it was that they went to a lot of work on the remaster. They gave it a 64-bit executable, and they still had a 32-bit executable that went with it. There was a lot of stuff they did there that actually made it worth doing. But yeah, it was almost a lot of it was the back end. They did a lot of work on the textures and some other stuff, and unfortunately, the mods were not great as far as compatibility. So there are still very few of them out today.
I have a personal opinion regarding when you start a game that is a huge success, and then you start making sequels to this game. You have to one up your big first game, and this is something kind of a challenge to the developer. And then when you are on number 15 of your series, you decide to remaster number 1.
Well, no, Modern Warfare
is at least
Modern Warfare is not actually the
you
first
don't
Call of Duty
do
game.
This.
The first
You
Call
don't
of Duty
do
game
this.
was just called Call of Duty. It was
Call of
actually
Duty.
from. It was actually
Call of
even
Duty
earlier
Modern
than that.
Warfare was just the fourth one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not just counting that. That's not counting the multiple handheld ports that they did the originals.
Right.
I think that some things are meant to stay the way they were and to stay in the past. You are trying to bring a new fan base to something that is old, and you try to add some new stuff to that, and you basically change the entire thing, and something will not work.
You don't exactly change the entire thing with just a few more additions added in. I mean, the
Yeah.
microtransactions to Call of Duty 4 Remastered didn't change the entire experience. It was just a simple addition that wasn't really
Yes,
liked.
you change the experience. So what it happens, maybe the new people that will start playing this will love it. But those who played the first one way back will not. That's the thing.
Well, then,
you have to
again,
live
it
up to your
depends.
reputation.
Again, it depends on what's specifically added in. I mean, a few simple changes to a remastered edition, because as far as I know, there isn't too many games that I know of that completely change the game itself when it's remastered. They just mainly do a few graphics tweaks and maybe add in a bit of additional content. Maybe there's a few problems with the remastered edition, like Skyrim. I remember there was some crashes related to it, mainly particularly in bugs. But there isn't a game that I know that people think that the remastered edition just completely shuns upon the original, in games wise anyway.
The other thing that some people, the other thing that some people are not quite getting here, and Ratchet, especially some of the folks in the chat here, not necessarily just Ratchet, but a few others as well, is that I covered more than 1,000 games this year, for this last year, and the hard part was choosing 10. Okay. Just 10 really crap games? That was, yeah. It was an adventure, to say the least. I've got over 800 games on my recent playlist, just to give you kind of an idea. There was a lot of games I covered this year, and a lot of them were garbage. There are sometimes you feel like you need to take a stand on some things, like I did with Modern Warfare and Dishonored 2. I liked Dishonored 2, actually. I really did. If it hadn't been for the behavior of over at Bethesda for, review copies just a day or so in advance, then it might have actually made the top 10. One of the most improved category for a franchise, I'd have to go with Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs was warmed over crap, and your protagonist was hateful and understandably hated. Watch Dogs 2 was a lot easier on the eyes. It was a lot easier to get behind our little buddy Marcus, and it was a little easier, and the whole game was easier to work with. So yeah, Watch Dogs 2 is what Watch Dogs should have been. If they'd reversed it, and released Watch Dogs 2 first, they probably would have done better.
I think we should probably stop talking now. I think we're way over time with this. We should probably save most of this for like the talking thing that we were talking about before.
Yep. And yes, I agree. Watch Dogs 2 is a mess. It was just better than Watch Dogs 1. And I did not get a chance to play Mafia 3 this year. So that's kind of where that was. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, so I don't want to throw anybody completely under that bus. Yeah, Watch Dogs, don't get me wrong, most of Ubisoft shit is still a complete train wreck. But Watch Dogs 2 was better than the original Watch Dogs, in my opinion. I did actually cover Watch Dogs 2 this year, so if you want to put that one up for a Platinum Poo Award, I will not stop you. And yeah, I wasn't big on the hipster thing, but yeah. Every story has its bullshit moments, so, or most every story.
I think that the challenge for every person that creates something is their worst enemy and their worst rival are themselves.
Yep.
Because they have to live up to their fan base expectations.
Now, as far as rules for coverage for any given year, there are really 3 of them. One, it has to be released after the 1st of December for any given year, or for the year previous, and released all the way up to Christmas Day. For any given year, so I actually have time to play it and cover it before everything goes to shit. Number 2, if you have a game that you want me to play, so it can wind up on the top 10, bottom 10 lists, and I have not managed to obtain it, then you want, and in fact you pretty much are going to have to, send me a copy of the game in some way, shape, or form. Whether that be via the PayPal in an amount with a message, as a gift on Steam, or whatever. Just make a note that you want this to be played so that it actually operates. But there's and rule 3: don't count on me having the same opinion you do. I judge games based on how much fun I had playing with them, what their cost usually, which I don't always have, as well as a few other things, any kind of real bugs, etc. that I pick up on. If I think a game is crap, it's probably because it was a buggy mess that looks like shit. I tend to go more for technical details, modeling, and other such things. I will pick on that shit if I'm given the opportunity. And believe me, I've had several of them. Especially with games like You Deserve, texturing issues, and so forth.
Yeah.
But just because you don't see something that you like that you thought deserves to be in the top 10 or the bottom 10 doesn't mean that I either didn't like the game that you did, or that I didn't like the game that you didn't. It just means that I found much worse for some unknown reason. Okay. So I also do not play favorites between publishers publishers, PR firms, or people that watch, or things that I actually actually wound up having to buy. I will be doing Tales of Berseria, and if it's shit, Bandai Namco's going to hear about it. Probably at some length, because I have my own expectations. But realize that everybody goes through their own lens. I do my best to try and keep as much of my own personal biases out as possible. I will never be completely successful. So that's always going to be a thing. All right then. I think we will actually pick up this. I think we will pick up this conversation a little later on in a podcast, probably in the next couple of days. We just have to pick a day in which we can do one, and then a day to put it up. So we'll probably do one of those on a week, which is, as far as I know, about par for podcasts. So, and I will see what I can do about improving the size of the panel for that. Any other final comments before we disappear?
No,
not particularly, no.
Let's vanish into the cyberspace.
Okay. The interview with You Know Who will be on Tuesday. It will be live at the same time this stream started, noon Pacific Standard Time. Hello, Knowledge and Love. Sorry you missed it, man. Or Milady, whichever. I forget exactly. But we will be back in just 2 days with a review of the developer, and we'll probably have a podcast up sometime in the very near future. I will definitely let you know about that, Ratchet, because that would actually be something fun to do. All right. So, between now and the next time I see you guys, we have videos coming up for Monday. Tuesday is the usual schedule. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, blah, blah, blah. So, until I see you guys next time, be safe, be sane, and...
let's make games fun again.
Okay, see you later.